I just finished my mission on Monster Hunter.
Cool. And as I start the stream, I'm going to say I'm going to need 2 minutes because I just realized I don't have my phone, so I can't monitor to see if I'm doing the stream right. I will be back in 2 minutes. In the meantime, feel free to catch each other up on what has been going on in the lair of the Necromancer, the Lord of the Lord of Lance Rock.
We did not know he was a Necromancer, now we do know.
Yeah, we assumed he was a Necromancer.
He's been raising the undead, so it's a pretty fair title to give to him. But I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, I watched the last episode. You guys just didn't know. I didn't remember why we went on the journey and how this got brought up. It's something I did.
How what got brought up?
How us going on this mission, like how did we find out about this mission?
From in the city. Down. Yeah, someone in town wanted us to investigate Lance Rock.
Yeah, the person that was in the inn.
Sure. That person.
Yep. She pointed to 3 places.
And 50 gold pieces was a reward. Let's see. I write her name down.
Is it me or is Roll20 all jacked?
Roll20 has changed a bit over the past couple of weeks.
I can't access the compendium at all.
Right now, like most of the map is shades of green and then or purple.
No, I don't have that going.
That's reload.
I mean, if with my internet it's working fine, you guys are fine.
That's right, David is a litmus test for internet.
Uploading videos, man, that's a pain in the ass.
What's your speed up there? Are you 50 or something like that?
Come on. I'll be sweet. That's not. I'm more at 5.
5.
When I'm lucky.
Get yourself a 28k modem in that case. Jeez.
I usually
Canadians again.
It's not the Canadian. It's because where I'm living. You know, around here, some people have better internet, but in my case, I'm like 4 miles from the station, and they're saying I'm just too far away. But they're the one providing the service, so it doesn't make sense.
Are you on fiber or?
Oh, dial. No, not dial. Cable? DSL.
DSL. Ouch. But at least they're not making fun of your lines anymore.
No, they don't. That's been solved.
I think they just highly contend your area, probably.
But I'm gonna be soon with the equivalent of. There's a guy installing antennas with the. It's kind of a Wi-Fi antenna deal, which should be making me running around 10, 15-ish. So.
As long as you have clear line of sight.
Well, that's it. I'm in the valley, so it's kind of hard. He's gonna have to put like some not duplexer, but rerouter. I'm not exactly sure what. Something that is gonna dispatch it back to me.
All right. So as we settle in and start to catch up, the party has made their way up the Sword Coast into the town of Red Lark. Once there, a discussion with a local innkeeper revealed that there was some trouble going on, and one of the places that was indicated as troublesome was Lance Rock, a large stone seeming to have no business being where it is. Granite as compared to the other surrounding stone. And I hear that I'm coming in quiet, so I'll figure out how to boost myself in a minute or two. But
well, if you're coming in quiet, that probably means the rest of us are.
No. You guys are coming in loud. Is the way that I'm recording. I don't know how to make that happen, so I'm just going to ignore it for now. But what we found out was there was some trouble, and when Lance Rock was investigated, a sign was found declaring that the Lord of Lance Rock was suffering from a disfiguring plague and that people should keep away. The party decided not to keep away and found a cave. They made their way in, discovered several undead, fought their way through a horde of skeletons and zombies at no small risk to themselves, found a dancing bear, a dancing lady, and a jester, blew past those, 2 iron chests with nothing in them, but a trap was sprung by the Lord of Lance Rock, who then ran back to take shelter behind his work table as the party made their way around, dealing with some crawling claws. And that is where we paused it. And what I'm going to ask is if Gozer, who has come up from behind, could add himself to the turn order.
Sure.
Gozer would have stopped in during the short rest they took and then headed back out to post up guard with Brimros and Aristana. However, hearing a heck of a disturbance from within, has rushed in and arrives. And gonna put it back into order. We're at 10 at the moment.
Nice, nailed it.
Unfortunately, that'll put Gozer in on the next round, having just run up. Now that brings us to some skeletons, some claws, and then Healy, as this battle has engaged so far. The Necromancer has attempted to put a crown of madness on one of the party members, has shot magic missiles into the party, while the skeletons continue their assault with arrows and other such weapons. We'll pick up where we left off with the skeletons firing. And boy, this is a long map. Skeleton rushing forward 30 feet, still at long range, firing at Thymos. Oh, what was that little echo? Oh, that was probably just me. Short bow, disadvantage. Heck no. Crawling claw. Right next to Thymos. Mouse, what you doing with me, Mouse? Experiencing technical difficulties on my end, but that's not going to work. Skeleton. Rushing forward, Thymos, 16, no. Healy, it is to you. Now currently, the Necromancer is laying prone behind his work table, a solid slab of stone that juts out from the wall. So he is currently 100% concealed and covered.
All right.
Skeletons and the claws, not so much. What you up to?
He's going to move up. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's in it to win it now. And even though I don't have efficiency, I'm going to take a shot with a crossbow. Skeleton, I'll do this guy right here.
Alrighty.
See what I can get. 13.
13 is a hit. 4 points of piercing damage.
Yeah. Piercing does like what, half to them, right?
You hear Himo yell at Healy, "See? When using a crossbow or a bow, works better."
Yes, thank you. Thanks for that.
Actually,
thanks for the coaching moment.
The crossbow doesn't seem to do any less damage than you would expect.
Oh, really? I thought piercing they only have the skeletons.
Does not appear to for these skeletons. Healy,
Alright,
anything
cool.
else for you?
Give me 10 seconds to figure out if I have any bonus actions I want to take.
Sure.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Nope.
All right, that's going to bring us to Thymos. Thymos.
There ain't no crown on me.
There
ain't no crown on
you.
That zombie's going to die tonight. There ain't no crown on me.
Aw, poor zombie. 19
You can have
is plenty.
10 slashing damage.
Slashes into him nice and hard. It's still
Actually,
standing, though.
Oh, wait,
Can
Casey.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
forgot. We short rested, didn't we?
Yeah, we took
did
a hit
short
dice
rest.
break.
Yep. I
I'm-
was going to. Actually, no, I only have a single spell slot, so I've used one. Never mind. We're good. Let's go.
You got it.
I don't know if I
I'll
can actually
attack.
move there. I would have taken that opportunity attacks by moving there, right? Because I didn't see the enemy. They're so small. I got this guy and this guy, right?
They did not attack.
They did not attack.
They
Okay.
did not attack.
Okay. I'm good. Sorry.
Guys, what's the range of Misty Step?
30
60
feet.
feet.
Useless.
It's 60 feet.
Is 60? That was 30.
Yeah. Nope. Misty Steps are good for disengaging. It's the reason I
Misty
have it.
Step-
Just have it.
Wait, Misty Step teleports you up to 30 feet, but then you can move an additional 30 with your normal movement. So
I
that's
see.
what thing.
Okay. Yep.
Uh,
Yep, you teleported up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space so you can see.
What
Then
I'm
I'm a
pointing,
dumbass.
what I'm pointing there, is that a ledge or
That
it's
is a ledge. That is a ledge at the top of the stairs, and from kind of sussing out where things are, this would have been the room with the iron chests. That would have been the ledge where he was previously peeking in and springing the trap from.
okay? Here's the question: would I be able to see the guy that's hiding behind the table from that ledge?
With a really good perception check, because he is keeping his head down. But I would say if you perception versus a stealth, you would spot him as he peeks up.
Okay, well I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move 30 and use my Misty Step. Oh, we've updated our hotkey. Placing ruler waypoint is now done by pressing or Q or right clicking.
Yep.
Yeah, it's stupid. I'm not salty about it at all. Can you tell?
That's okay. So click and drag like you were going to move, and then right-click when you get to where you want to leave a dot, and then right-click again when you want to leave another dot.
Oh, you just press Q, it does the same thing.
Yep, Q does the same thing.
So that's my movement right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna use my Misty Step to pop there.
Okay,
Well, you know,
I got you.
there, whatever. And do I see him?
Let me see a perception check, and let me show you what he's going to do for stealth. You need to beat...
I shall use my inspiration.
All right, 15 is the number to beat. That's a
Boom!
yes, you just spot him. He does still have 3/4 cover, so a +5 to his armor class.
No, it doesn't.
Which he
It's not-
ignores.
Nope, I ignore that.
You ignore that, so you have him spotted. Fire away if you so choose.
He was an animal.
I shall shoot.
Pew pew.
Does 21?
Oh, Christ.
Oh, God.
Is a really big shot.
Dear God. That
And
sharpshooter.
yes,
It's like-
it is going to hit.
Oh, we have our soul.
Himo, what's that look like? Because he
Oh.
is dead.
He's dead. Oh my God.
Dead.
So, using my special, in my special thing I have with my arrows, the minute it hits its head, make it disappear back in my hand with some flesh in it.
All right, so you draw the bow, you fire, it streaks out, just nips him right in the eyes. He's peeking over, and then almost as soon as it hits, It's back in your hand, reset and ready for another shot. As that goes off, Gozer, what are you doing?
So I run in, I see people still moving. What's going on, guys? I heard loud noises and screams. Are you guys okay? And then I see this big shot, right?
Yep.
From Dave, like, oh, okay. Who are the bad guys? Point them out. No one says anything.
Been there, done that.
Skeletons, bro. Kill the skeletons. And those little zombie hands by Thymos. That'd be nice.
Now this room is illuminated, so you can see all the way to the other end.
Yeah. How are the zombies looking around Thymos?
An excellent question. So the zombie closest to you is hanging on by a thread. It is in tatters from the sword strokes from Thymos. The claws that are skittering about on the ground, reaching up to grasp him, look fairly intact, but they're just a hand. There's not much to them. Further down the hallway, one skeleton has got a bit of a crossbow bolt stuck between its ribs. The others look unscathed.
All right. Well, I'd like to use magic missile and put on. 3 glowing darts. Well, there's 3 enemies in front of me, so 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Force damage.
14 force damage, which is really 3, 4, 4?
Yep. Well, plus 3.
Plus 3. Wait.
No, right?
How do you do 3d4 plus 3 with 3 separate bolts?
Because it's 1d4 plus 1.
Okay, so it's really 4, 5, 5. Got it. Sorry.
Yep. 4, 5.
4, 5, 5 is 4, 5, 5. All 3 enemies are felled by the magical bolts as Gozer steps in. Gozer, any movement? Bonus actions?
I'd like to go pew 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 and walk up to Thymos. It's all right. And that's the end of my turn.
All right. At that, skeletons look down the line, continue rushing forward. They look up, they see Himo, they shoot, regular attack. Himo, 16?
Try your spell that you just got.
Yeah, the thing they said there.
Himo invokes a shield spell. It raises his armor class considerably, and the shot is deflected. You can hear gurgling and thrashing from behind the stone table as the Lord of Lance Rock passes away. You see, departing northward, skittering across the ground, a dark black shadow. Skeleton continues the assault, moving forward, firing upwards at Himo. No. Skeleton. Himo. 21? What's your new armor class?
I don't know.
What's your base armor class right now?
15.
It's fine.
So,
That is a hit, so 5 points of piercing damage on him. Himo takes 5. Another short bow on Himo. Takes another 3. Total of 8.
AC rate.
Before it comes back to good old Healy. Healy,
Okay.
you can see a jet black shadow moving northward across the ground.
I'm gonna try to take a shot at the shadow.
You certainly may.
I'll use Sacred Flame.
What's the range on your Sacred Flame?
Let's find out, because 60 feet, so that's not going to happen.
That might be a stretch. With a run, even with a run, that might be a stretch. Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
Hold on.
Gonna draw all over the place here.
No.
Yeah, even
Here's what I'm going to do.
30 feet.
I'm going to move... Sorry, this is new.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move next to Himo.
Okay. Now he's about 8 foot up on the ledge
That's fine.
from where you are.
I'll just be next to the ledge, so they can only... Right there. And... Or I'll move actually right there, so I have line of sight on that shadow thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take a shot at it with my crossbow. This will be at disadvantage, though.
Certainly may.
It's for fun. Oh. Boink. Nothing.
You're trained so well not to aim at the floor. Aiming at the floor is hard for you. Healy, anything else?
No, that's it. I think I'm going to stick to Sacred Flame from this point on. And that's it.
Alright, so let's kick it over to Thymos. Thymos, what do we got?
Thymos is going to move his 30 feet. So... And... How far is that thing away? Oh, that's still within range. I do believe. Give me one moment. The shadow things are not pleasant. So, we are...
Alright, I just tried boosting my audio, so Twitch, if that sounds any better or any worse, let me know.
That is a 90-foot range. Okay, so I can't do that. Good. Means that I don't burn the spell slot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to Eldritch Blast that shadow.
You are going to Eldritch Blast that shadow. Let's see the attempt.
16?
He's 16 on the shadow. Does
Gotta love
strike
that.
the shadow for 1 point
of force damage.
The shadow sort of leans to one side as it's struck. Odd to see a shadow distort with nothing to cast it. Anything else for you?
No, that's it.
Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Himo, back to you on your ledge. What you up to?
Would you consider this as something I can hide behind?
No, those are stairs leading down from you, so you can't hide on that direction.
If I belly down,
you'd be stretched out on an angle. I mean, you could definitely drop prone, which does give things shooting at you disadvantage. So you could drop prone, yes.
okay. I think I'm gonna try the shadow first.
Sure, fire away.
Longbow with the sharpshooter.
Longbow, sharpshooter.
Ooh, that's a miss.
No. Himo.
And then I drop to my belly.
Hiro drops prone. Gozer.
Yep. Group seems to be engaged in the fight, not as communicative as normal. So I will just continue to move at lockstep. And none of these skeletons are damaged or scuffed.
The very front one has just a little bit of a chip out of it from the early crossbow bolts. The rest look just fine.
Would I
for
know?
being skeletons.
Sure. So yeah. So we use a spell slot. Weapon.
Spiritual weapon. Okay, where are we bringing it up at, and who we hitting?
I can move it as a bonus action, right?
Yes, you can move and attack with it as a bonus action. The first casting is your attack.
Right. How far can
I think spiritual weapon's 20 feet movement each time you move it.
All right, so if that's the case, I'll put it right behind the second.
Okay.
Oh my. But for right now.
All right. You smack him in the back. Oh, the skull. And bits of skull fly forward, but it's still got that rictus grin. Goes there anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna go turtle up.
Turtle up.
Yeah, turtle up. So I'm gonna go shield.
Please explain this for the French guy.
Defense
I just
mode.
want to go as defensive as possible.
You got it.
So you're going in your shell.
Close to it.
All right. As the skeletons look around, the first skeleton still fires up at Himo. It's not particularly bright. Disadvantage on the attack. 15, Himo?
It meets, it beats.
Meets, it beats. 3 points of damage struck. The Lord of Lance Rock's shadow moves away to the north. Around a corner, and you lose track of it. Skeleton, seeing how easy Himo was to hit, fires at him again. 15 again, this time for 7 points of damage. Himo, the skeleton's like, this is super easy! But they miss. And the last one's like, no, you did it wrong.
And you're
he
unconscious.
hits for 7 more.
You know, you
Jesus!
12 more.
7
you can-
more.
yeah.
Disadvantage.
Oh,
That's the shield.
Oh, because
at
the
any
prone,
time
right.
now.
Bonus action shield.
Reaction
Action.
shield.
Whatever. So the last one is not a hit.
The last one would not be a hit, correct.
I thought I was going to keep it for later on.
Unless
So-
you're getting closer to us, I can't heal you.
As that comes around, Healy, you are left facing 4 skeletons. A spiritual weapon has been invoked and the shadow has moved away to the north.
Okay, it looks like Daddy Feely is going to have to take over here now. Move up next to Himo on the ledge.
Okay.
That's right.
What, 15 feet maybe? And then, here you go. Last spell slot. Hope you appreciate it. Ruin second level, submit.
That's how you show appreciation to your lordship.
That's right. 12 HP back to you, bro. Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. I cannot cast a cantrip after casting a spell, right? Or is that...
You can
no, you
cast
can do a
cantrip.
cantrip.
I can, okay, so then I'll do Sacred Flame.
Boy,
now.
hang on. But that was an action, so
That was an action,
that
yes.
was an
okay.
action. So you have used up, unless you have a bonus action cantrip, which I don't think you do.
Nope, that's it. So,
All right.
that's
That
Healy.
brings us to the That brings us to the top of the turn order. And Deimos, 4 skeletons remain in front of you.
Okay. Sure. We'll move the 20 feet to that. Actually, we'll move the 25 to there. And the one that's got the spiritual weapon on it is getting the smack. However, before I do so, I'm going to... No, I'm not. I'm changing my mind on that. So let's just give him the smack. 14 for 13.
14 for 13 is a 14 for 13. And was that the north or the south?
North.
North, and he is gone. Deimos, any additional action?
I'm contemplating Misty Step, but I'll be fine.
All right. Himo, You've been down and back up again. Are they ever going to keep you down?
No, I wasn't not down.
You
I
were
was
laying
okay.
prone. That was pretty down. But all right.
His plan is to smash them in the mouth.
That's very good.
Can I shoot prone?
You can shoot prone, but you would be at disadvantage. I would suggest standing up and laying back down if you wanted to.
Okay, I'll stand up. That's a simple direction? Standing up?
Half your movement to stand up, and then you could drop back down if you felt like it.
Okay, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll stand up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot the one that's let's take this one here.
Okay.
And I'm thinking you made 4 attacks on me, but there's one of them that can't see me. I'm into a ledge.
He could see you.
Okay.
You were up there and he had disadvantage, but he still got you.
Okay, I'm gonna take the top one there.
Okay. Come on, roll 20. There we go. That's a lot of damage. That skeleton is shattered.
And poof, the arrow's back in my hand.
And poof, the arrow returns. Good thing
and
you
I
invested
dropped
in a quality arrow.
To the belly.
You got it.
Belly
Goes
flop.
Yowzer.
Himo is prairie dogging it.
So it says this is a bonus action. I move and attack, correct?
Yes, you move it and attack. 20 feet and attack.
So I'll move it and attack this one.
Certainly may. Ten points of force damage. Crunch into it. That's not how math works. There we go. Goes or anything else?
Yeah, I will
probably something else.
That was a bonus action. So
that was a bonus.
Here. And did we say we could do a cantrip as well?
It certainly may. That wasn't even a spell. That was just a bonus action.
Yeah. Okay. Then I will Booming Blade on this guy.
Booming Blade for 15. 15's a hit.
Should actually
1d10.
He takes 2 damage, 5 if he moves.
Gotcha. He takes his 2 damage.
I will risk it. Move the finished.
He is holding a short bow, cannot react. You move away, no problem.
Alright. I am Dunzo.
Alright, that's going to bring up the skeleton, which throws down its short bow, draws its short sword, stabs at Deimos. Does nothing. Somewhere in the distance you hear... Skeleton aiming at the easy target of Himo, currently at disadvantage and with a +2 armor class from Healy. 4 is not going to do. Healy, what you doing?
Okay, Healy is going to stay here to shield Himo and cast Sacred Flame on this guy. This guy.
Oof. The flame descends. The skeleton dances.
Let's see. Let's see if
He
take that
does
5.
not dance well. That is radiant damage. But that is not the skeleton's weakness. It is still somewhat standing.
That's it.
Deimos. Remnants of a skeleton stand before you. They do not anymore.
You guys still there?
Yep.
My internet is screwing up.
Yeah.
Deimos was just
quiet.
measuring a movement, but he didn't move yet as far as I know. Now he did. And Himo. One skeleton remains in the field.
I've been
of battle.
muted.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
that's all right. Did you have any bonus action, or was it just the move?
Just a move. I'm good.
All right, Himo, anything for you? I'm guessing stand up and shoot.
Stand up and shoot,
I'm a good guess.
and poof.
Fair enough.
Stand up and... I'm going to make a word here. Stand and poof.
Stand and poof. Man, that is a... How are you doing that much damage?
Plus 10 adds a lot.
It's that
Yeah.
plus 10 helps.
That does help. It drops into little pieces on the floor. The zombies, the skeletons, have all scattered and fallen to bits. Oriath, the Lord of Lance Rock's corpse, lays behind the stone table. But in the distance to the north, you hear a moan and a groan and the tread and shuffle of enormous feet moving in your direction. We're going to drop out a turn order for the moment.
I'm guessing no time for short rest.
Probably not that much time. You maybe have a minute. What are you doing in these moments?
I'm
How's
getting this
everyone-
Thymos.
How's everyone feeling? Is anyone good on?
Well, I'm a little low, but if I stay back, should be fine.
I have no spell slots left, but I'm almost full health, so I'm good.
Well, I can reserve a lot of stuff for. All right, I'll be the healer. Let's move forward.
What's on him? Himo, check him out.
Oh,
Check him out.
Dimos is checking him out. He was not a handsome man. Thin, greasy black hair, sunken eyes like he'd been staying up too late, lots of holes in him, missing an eye. But as curing spells are cast, you do discover that he has a small wooden wand clutched in his hand. Perhaps if he had lived long enough to use it, he wouldn't be in this situation. Is anyone taking it?
Yes.
Okay. Whoop! You pick up a wand.
Pearl.
You have picked it up. What happens with it from there, we'll talk about in a minute. But to remind you, the current area you're in is an enormous cavern illuminated by guttering torches set in sconces on the walls. The floor is uneven. The ceiling about 40 feet up. Flat boulders to the south of you were covered in human corpses from which the crawling claws emerged. You struck down the zombie who was tending those bodies and stitching them back together. The Lord of Lance Rock, who had sprung a trap on you just a few moments ago, now lies dead behind the stone table. To the north, the cavern swings away back east again. And from that direction, you hear that shuffle and moan. The shadow that had escaped in that direction, leaving his body not in evidence. Any other preparations I should be aware of as you start to move or wait?
We shouldn't
Is there-
leave his body out. We'll need to return it so they can do a proper autopsy, figure out why he turned out this way.
You can always leave it here, come back for it.
Will it not animate? Will they not destroy it? Can we hide it somewhere? Is there even like under the table? Can we like turn the table over and hide his corpse behind it?
So the table itself is kind of a plank of rock that's jutting out of the wall, but it does have coverings on it that you could just pull down and sort of drape over him. But there hasn't been any real good cubbies or hiding places. Everything seems to just be laid out on chunks of rock. This is a...
So this will have to do.
Good.
So this will have to do. Let's push this corpse underneath and drape. Careful, hand over him.
Alright.
Sounds good. So, how long are you guys waiting, or are you moving forward?
Say move forward. I'm going to cast light if there's no light.
The torches and sconces keep this area fairly well lit.
Okay.
So it seems as though at least one of the undead has been charged with replacing torches and renewing fuel. Eventually, in the next hour or two, they'll have to go dark, but for now, the area is still lit.
Himo, I noticed that you've learned mage armor since last we've met. Probably use it.
That's a great idea. Thank you, peasant.
I am no pet.
I cast mage armor on myself.
Seems reasonable. Please increase your armor class accordingly. And I believe that was the last spell slot?
It is.
Okie doke.
Ignore that. Just seeing something.
So you say I just have to select the other one, right?
So you have mage armor and leather armor. Open up both of them. There's a little eye in the corner. Yeah, so first unequip leather armor. Unequip leather armor and then equip.
Done and done.
And your armor class should automatically go up.
17.
Sounds right.
All right. To your north and then bending away to the east, you can see that the cavern continues on. What is the marching order if anybody would like to move, or are you hanging out where you are?
Thymos will go ahead, but I got distracted. Was there anything else on him?
Of note, just the wand. He was wearing robes. He has several components for doing necromancy, but nothing you wouldn't be able to pick up on the roadside.
No coinage?
No coinage found, but this doesn't appear to be his Sunday best.
Okay. Then yeah. Onwards
Yeah,
and
after all,
upwards.
it is his death shroud.
It is his death shroud. It was also his body smock, as he was actively engaged in making zombies when you disturbed him. As you continue along, you can see the cavern bending away to the right. The roof has come down dramatically, only maybe 20 feet high by the time you reach the turn. You can see further down, the cavern splits around a large pillar, and you lean to one side to the north, lean to one side to the south, and you can see a bit further on, it then splits again. Two tunnels. You cannot tell if they reconnect or go separate ways further on.
Well, way to find out.
Can I actively check for traps?
You certainly may. Go ahead and give me an investigation or perception.
Yeah, screw it. I was already in the middle of starting to move my token.
Nah, not great.
You detect no traps, though you can hear something lumbering towards you. Alright, and as we spread out, I'm going to ask you to hold still for just a moment, because I'm going to bring back that turn order. Going to clear it off real quick, and ask you guys to add yourselves back to it.
Now, are there any words written on this wooden wand?
Are there any words written on the wooden wand? There are no
Yeah,
words
like an
on that
activation word.
No, there are not.
Okay.
Though from having dealt with magical items in the past, you're familiar most magical items require some attunement, which will reveal the way to use it, or an identify spell will reveal. It's fairly rare these days to find a magic item that still functions that has a passphrase written on it.
Well, those are crappy magic items then.
That's just bad security. Is what that is. It's a weak
No,
password.
I'm talking about just requiring attunement. That's Thymos' opinion is, man, that's crappy. You just move your hand and a sword appears, like so.
I'm not sure
Or
most
a
people
mace.
agree.
Anyhow, initiative, right?
Yes, please. All right, Himo. From where you are, you cannot actually see the monster approaching, but you can hear its footfalls echoing through the cavern. You would guess the northern passage would lead to it, but what are you doing?
I stand ground.
Stand ground. Certainly.
I shall ready in action for shoot if I see.
You got it.
And retrieve.
I'm surprised that arrow hasn't taken any damage. Seems like a strong one. By now, sure, it could have been bent or scuffed or something. That
Well,
seems like
the trick is not to hit any bones. You have to go through the fleshy stuff and make it poof before it hit any bones.
Deimos, you can hear something lumbering along the north passage. I don't think you can quite see it yet due to the turns in the stone. What are you doing? You did?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
My brain didn't register my name. It's been a long day.
That's fair enough.
Let's see. So what am I doing?
Can't quite see it due to the bends in the stone, but you can
That's
hear
fine.
coming down the northern passage the lumbering footfalls of something.
If it's coming from the north, I'm going to it. I'm assuming that I can't see it from there.
From there?
I might be able to.
From there,
Yeah.
yes you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and just Eldritch blast it.
You certainly may.
19 for 4.
You fire upon it. 19 is going to hit. 4 points of damage. Is going to do 4 points of damage. The force damage hits this creature, a monstrosity of stitched together flesh. Limbs of all different sizes, those selected primarily for muscle mass, shudder as the force drives into it. It makes some sort of noise, but whatever it is not intelligible as it eyes you up. Deimos, any other actions?
No, I'm good.
Gozer. Flesh Golem, correct. Think Frankenstein's monster. But no bolts.
Do we have a Craig?
Gozer? Craig?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Running.
Seems like it's been a long day for more than just me.
Goes or goes off.
Oh, gosh.
So did I hear or see anything?
So you can hear coming down the northern passage, or the northern split, the sounds of footfalls. I don't know that an Eldritch blast makes much noise, but then you hear
I do believe it requires a somatic.
You hear sort of a...
Yeah, Eldritch Blast is a verbal and a somatic, so...
Okay, so you heard Deimos call out something.
Eldritch Blast. You say Eldritch Blast? Let me
No.
guess. Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast. Yeah, I mean, I just hear moaning. I don't have the accelerator.
It's not the good kind of moaning, Gozer.
Who knows?
Just putting that out there.
Well, I mean, are you communicating anything? Because right now all I've heard is Eldritch Blast or something of that.
No, I haven't said anything. I just blasted, but that should be good enough indication of something's there.
I mean, does it make a lot of sound?
I don't know.
can't see.
What does the Eldritch Blast sound like?
I have no idea. That's why I'm asking.
Fine, it goes kerpow.
Okay, I heard a kerpow.
Actually, no. It goes thump because it's force damage, so it thumps. Yeah, like that.
Okay, like a rocket launching. Sure. I still don't see anything, so I'll call out the. Is everything all right?
You might want to get over here. There is something big and fleshy coming our way. He's got some muscles on him. And you know that I don't do well with trying to fight strong things.
All right, so I'll dash here. I'll see. Oh, you weren't kidding. And the bonus.
Pulling in the spiritual weapon, 9 points more of force damage dealt. Womp. Goes or anything else for you?
That's the entirety of my turn.
Got it, Healy.
Okay. He is going to move 30 feet right there. He is going to cast Sacred Flame.
Yay, he can! Dance.
I think I'm within
Gollum,
range.
Dance.
Yes. Despair.
He does not dance well. 2 points, radiant damage. Or struck.
That is it.
You got it. Himo, it comes to you.
Imo, hello.
Hello.
I shall rejoin my friends. I'm gonna use my. I'm gonna run. If I go there, do I see him?
Yes.
But I can't shoot. So. Okay.
All right. That brings up the flesh golem, who rushes forward, lumbering between you, swinging its arms around wildly.
It's gonna hurt.
Deimos. It's your turn.
Oh, he's closer.
Very close. Very small.
Yes. Perhaps you need to take a bath, but that won't be necessary after this. Bonus action, I'm going to use my Hexblade's Curse.
Okay.
Let me pop that into the chat real quick. So I get an extra 2 damage against it if I hit. I crit on a 19 or a 20. And when it dies,
reasonable.
I gain, I think it's 8 hit points at this point. Yeah, 8 hit points. So, smacky smacky. 23 for 13.
Okay, quick question. Is your packed longsword magical?
Yes, it is.
Good answer.
Give me, because of that Eldritch Invocation.
I'm going to say okay. I don't see where it says magic weapon, but that's okay.
Here, let's put Impact to the blade.
Okay. I'm sure one of them says it, maybe?
Yes, this weapon counts as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance.
There we go. That's the one we want. Damage is struck. It seems like it is a sturdy beast, though. The 13 points phase it, but not as much as you might hope. Any additional movement?
I see no reason to move.
Fair enough. Gozer.
I see good reason to move. First, I will move closer. Let's, as an action, healer this.
Was that disengages in action?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonus was moving the spiritual weapon.
Yep.
I have no free action. Fine.
All right. Healy.
All right. He's gonna move right there,
Healy stepping it up.
and he's gonna say, "Himo, get the hell disengage and get some distance before you start firing at this stupid. I hate columns." Anyway,
Ooh, I didn't know Healy had a feeling about golems.
so fleshy. Okay. Sacred Flame. That's the only thing I got. Oh, another 2. That's bullshit.
Golem attempts to evade. Does not. Takes 2 more points of damage. A few weeks at this rate, and you'll have it down.
Yeah.
Healy, any other action for you?
No, that's it. I'm just going to tell Himo to get the hell out of here again.
All right, Himo, it is right up in your face. If you wish to do an attack with ranged, you'd be at disadvantage.
Yeah, but I could use my green flame. However,
You could.
I do know that a flesh golem is gonna make me hurt bad.
He looks quite bulky, yes.
So action disengage.
All right.
Move there.
Okay.
And do I have anything as a bonus action? Greg, I need your help. Give me something.
You can recall an arrow.
Shit.
Or Misty Step, if you got spell slots available.
I've used it already.
That's actually a race ability.
I can do action surge. That I can
There you
do.
go. There you go.
You
That's what you
could.
want.
Yeah.
So action surge,
Mm-hmm.
shoot,
Shoot
and retrieve.
and retrieve.
Does 18 hit?
18 is a hit. 21 is a ton of damage. I do need to ask a very important question, though. Do any of your skills make that 21 piercing damage magical?
My charm.
So
or
that'd
lack
be a no.
thereof.
I don't remember hearing you sweet talk that arrow. I just remember hearing you, like, twang it.
Let's say when I'm making it pop back. That's magical.
So what is it that he's using to make it pop back? Is that the packed weapon?
I don't remember exactly.
That's
Well,
That's
it's
part of the-
weapon bond.
weapon
Yeah,
bond. Does weapon bond make the weapon magical? I don't think so.
No, but it changed planes.
I think the answer is no.
I think that's
that's-
a no still.
It's the high level summary here.
It's a teleporting thing, so I mean that's magical.
The
In my head.
arrow blows through the flesh golem, but the stitching just sort of opens up and then closes up, and as you retrieve it, there's nothing on it and no sign of the damage you think you should have inflicted. Himo, it seems a mundane attack is ineffective.
And I've wasted my. What does second wind do, eh?
Second
Heals
wind
you.
puts you hit points back.
That would
That's
have
what, a
been
D10
useful.
plus your fighter level?
D10
Yeah.
plus fighter level, yep. But as Himo considers, the flesh golem is going to try and swing at the person who did it a chunk of damage. Thymos, 2 big slamming attacks coming down at you. The first, an 11. The second, a 9.
Miss.
You're probably doing okay. Thymos, how are you?
I'm going to return the favor. He's going to get smacked back.
Fair enough.
And
25 is
just
gonna hit.
just short of being a crit.
All right.
So 13 slashing damage.
13 damage struck. Big boy is hurting, but not all that bad. Dimos, anything else for you?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, Gozer. You got
Big
a little
turns
distance.
First things first. Spiritual weapons.
Spiritual weapon.
Come on. Oof.
Oof.
Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. All right. I will twin a guiding bolt.
Twin guiding bolt. Let's see it.
There's first.
Oh!
BS.
Here's the second one.
There you go. That's better.
Wow. I feel robbed. And
As you should.
I mean, this is typical for me, I guess.
I blame roll 20.
that was a little harsh. Gozer, anything else?
I mean, this was going to be a great turn for me.
I feel it. I mean, that would have been 40-some points of damage. I mean, 50-some.
I feel just deflated. I'm good. I'm done.
Healy, comes back to you.
Alright, Healy can only do one thing. That is get hit by this flesh golem and cast Sacred Flame.
All right, Sacred Flame, make him dance. He is
That's
not
6.
a good dancer. 6 points of damage.
So, am I noticing that the Sacred Flame is actually doing damage?
It is
I assume
working.
It's magical.
It's
Okay.
just slowly working. Himo.
Doesn't say if it's a bonus action.
What's that?
Second wind thing.
It is a bonus action.
Second wind bonus action.
So I'm gonna use it.
Okay. And roll 1d10, and then take that plus your fighter level and health back.
Yep, so 1d10 plus 4. Eh, 8 hit points, that's not bad.
Not bad at all.
And I'm gonna move
Okay.
here. And I'm gonna do green flame rapier.
Okay.
It's basically a normal.
Fuck me.
That is not a hit. Something
This
about
golem.
this flesh golem is just throwing you guys off. Himo, any movement? I think you've got a little movement left, but I wouldn't recommend it.
No, I'm not gonna do a smacky on me.
All right. The flesh golem, however, sees what looks like an easy target stuck into reach.
Wait. He has
Whoop.
advantage.
He
Is
does
it
have
guiding-
advantage. Yes,
Just
guiding
really-
bolts. Dave, roll again and don't roll a 1 this time. An 8's better than a 1.
So that would be a total of a 14.
That would be a total of 14, and that is a
Yes.
hit. Thank you, Craig.
How come I have advantage?
Because of the guiding bolt.
Oh,
Gave you
Illuminates
advantage
him.
on the attack. Now the green flame blade. Normal effects and the fire leap. Oh, hang on.
It's a cantrip, so it's magic.
Yeah, it's the
Yes.
secondary effect of it.
But the secondary effect, there is no other target to
Right.
leap to.
Correct.
So it is a standard
Fire.
piercing attack. It does not deal damage.
but that's a magic attack.
But
Cantrip.
the fire strikes something other than the primary target, and you have no way to redirect it to him.
It was worth a shot.
It was worth a shot. So if you were
I
to
would
stab
say it's my
Healy,
turn.
Hey, you can stab me, bro. I can take it. Come on.
the flesh golem swings its heavy fist down at Himo. God.
Thank you,
Ba,
Roach
ba,
Bunny.
ba.
That one touches.
Oh,
An 18 for 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
It doesn't. It doesn't hit Himo.
And 18 does not hit Himo?
Yeah,
Because
he
he's doing
does.
shield and rapier right now.
Does he have a
Shield requires an action to draw. He had a
does.
short bow.
No,
shield?
he just used
Or his
rapier.
longbow. Yeah, he had his longbow. I'm assuming, dropped it to draw his rapier,
Yeah.
and then used his action to attack.
Yeah, shield takes an action on its own to arm.
Okay. Well, I tried.
David, 8 points of damage for Himo.
Done.
Deimos.
Yeah,
This flesh
he's-
golem needs to drop.
and I'm working on it.
16's a hit. 7 slashing. Plus 2 to 9.
Yes.
Whittling away at it. Anything else?
By the way, did you add the additional 2 to the last attack that I landed?
I have been, yes.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure because I know I forgot to mention it.
Yep. Deimos, anything
I'm good
else?
here.
Gozer.
Well, either way, I will just do a spiritual weapon attack here.
Okay. 21's a big hit.
7.
7's a lot of damage.
You can either double up a guiding bolt here or get another slot. Get second. So let's double it up
Double it up.
with
Alright.
the guiding bolt.
9 hits.
All right.
15 points of damage. It is dangling by a thread. I believe I heard
comes-
you say double it up. You have advantage
Yes.
on your second attack.
Here comes the twin.
20
Yep.
hits.
He's dead.
16 drops it. It
That's
just
so bad.
lands and falls into many, many pieces as the stitching and necrotic energies lets go. You can
I wanna
see.
look-
Good.
I want to look for that stupid shadow. If I see it crawl out after this.
You do not see the shadow crawl out. You suspect whatever last glimmers of life force were drawn away to animate this beast, you have sent it to the nether. Further to the east, you see the cavern opens up once more. They'd have to proceed a bit farther to see into it.
Let's run in it.
Let's go.
Spiritual weapon.
Keeping it up. So an oval cavern opens up here, 40 feet wide, 60 feet long. Dark purple tapestries hang on the walls. At the center stands a pedestal fashioned of severed arms, arranged to clutch one another in a cone. Cradled in the uppermost hands is a glowing crystal sphere. A dark sigil with an eye-like slit floats above the sphere.
That can't be good.
Oh, right, and I also gain 8 hit points back from that thing dying.
It looks like the symbol I've just shown.
How inviting.
It is a delightful little conversation piece. You probably want one for your, coffee room. Something to...
You are correct. I'm going to reach and grab that sphere.
Before you do that, does anyone here see the fifth element? I think
Is the answer love? Love is what we're going for.
that's right.
The answer
Where's
could be love.
And McFeely likes to give that.
All right.
there's always love.
So Thymos was reaching out to grab the sphere.
Yes.
That's nice sense. Any evil?
I want to give.
There are a lot of necrotic energies about, so this whole place stinks. But as Thymos reaches out and grabs the sphere, the sigil disappears. Thymos, you now have a sphere in your hand. It is glowing about the same illumination as a torch as you hold it. that scent fades slightly. Gozer. It just, the edge comes off of it as that sigil flickers and vanishes.
What color is this glowing sphere?
It is light colored. It's kind of a
So white or yellowish?
well, it's kind of like looking at a light bulb. You have a lot of trouble seeing what color the sphere is because you're just burning your eyes as you're looking at the source of light.
I'll tell the group that I sense great necrotic energies in this cavern, but this item clearly is a source of great evil energy, and it has lessened since we have acquired it. We should remove it from this.
It's a good idea. And I'll put it in my bag.
So,
Ooh.
you are now the proud owner of a drift globe. The drift globe weighs about 1 pound. It feels like it's made of thick glass. Currently, it is emanating the light spell. You do not currently know the command words, and they are not carven into it. You will probably need an identify to find that information out.
And a pearl.
And a pearl.
I don't see that it requires attunement.
It does not require attunement. This is one of those ones that is the bad security kind.
It is okay. It is in my bag.
Yep. As soon as you put it in the bag, you can no longer see the light coming from it.
That's okay.
And that light will go out, I believe, in about an hour. I'll double check that. And then it will not relight until the command word is given. So,
The globe hovers unless a few or another creature grabs it.
So the remaining.
I'd like to search the arms.
Okay. You start making your way through the arms. In the center of them, a small chest. The chest contains some stuff.
Boom!
That was going to be my next action, but good on you for taking the initiative.
Dive in
It's not
there.
often that you see a noble dive into gore.
He just throwing arms left and right. It's like shaking hands. He just shakes, throws, shakes, throws, shakes. Throws.
Are you sure it's a polished gem and it's not like a pearl?
Not only are they polished, they're jet. Almost the antithesis of pearls. There's also commoner grade food, drink, clothing, and bedding. This Lord of Lance Rock, not a nobleman at heart.
So who's taking the money?
I'm putting it on my character sheet for
The
inventory
banker.
purposes.
Yeah, you're the banker.
Yeah, essentially.
You like being the banker, don't you?
I find that not a lot of people like actually keeping track of that kind of stuff, so I just take it upon myself to do it. That way others don't have that way others don't have to math whenever it comes to, oh, we gained like 80,000 silver pieces. How much does that go into 3,300 for a 5, you know?
So,
Anything else in the room? If I search through whatever.
you feel you found the vast majority of what's in there. You might find some additional clothing, some dirty socks tucked away, maybe a naughty parchment.
There was no ring on any of those arms.
There were no rings on any of those arms, and on none of the skeletons or zombies was there anything of value left. You would assume that the Lord of Lance Rock has collected all those things, and that's probably that little bit of loot that you found in that chest.
Question.
Okay.
Sure.
You said that there was food stuff in there? Are we talking rations?
Not rations. They're not prepared for travel. It's just food.
Okay.
So, fresh meats, some small vegetables, that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
The symbol.
Sorry.
The symbol of the elderly eye. Right, certainly took the eye, but the rest of the pieces, are they movable? Are they carved into the rock?
So the moment that he reached for the drift globe, the illusion of the symbol or the sigil floating above it vanished.
Okay.
What happens if I put the drift globe back there? Does it reappear?
You would have to reassemble the arms, which are now scattered all over thanks to the efforts of Himo.
Oh, forget that. That's too much work.
Well, there's something special about those arms. When I was sensing, did I see that the arms were themselves magical?
Only in that they were part of what is obviously an unholy shrine. The arms themselves, as you pick them up, they don't register as undead or anything of that nature. Similar to an innocent being sacrificed. At the time, they're important because they're sacrificed. Afterwards, it's just another dead body.
Do they look particularly menacing, or would people be able to, a layperson be able to say, hey, someone was using this for so good?
The arms?
Yeah. I'm just trying to gather evidence to support our...
I mean, there are a number of arms there. You notice they are primarily left arms, and are from a number of people. There's at least a dozen left arms represented, and one right arm there. The only seeming significance for the right was it was needed to lock in the fingers of the others.
All right. So, can I ask Healy to flame the limbs so they can't be used in any other cultist?
I don't think you can use Sacred Flame on objects, but you could certainly start a normal fire.
I'll try it.
And arms an object?
Yes, arms are considered an object.
Yeah,
Anytime once a
Once
creature
they're not-
dies, it immediately becomes an object.
Paste it in here.
Yeah.
Creature. Yep.
But there's plenty of torches going, so if you wish to do a funeral pyre, no.
Yeah, and just stack up the arms. Like,
You got it.
We need Zachet to do that.
Healy is a full-fledged priest. I mean, he can do funeral rites.
I guess so. Don't let me do stuff. Fine.
McFeely, you're up.
All right. In nomine de Padre, de Filio, de Spirito Santi. Rest in peace. And from ashes to ashes, dust to dust, peace out. And that's right.
Burn.
That was fantastic.
Thanks. This is what I learned in priest school.
You're going to have to teach me that prayer.
Your priest.
That's right.
A boondock.
Okay.
So, congratulations. You have cleared the Necromancer's cave. You have laid to rest the undead found within and dispatched the Necromancer who was creating trouble in the area. You make your way back out, stopping at the Necromancer's body. Collect it.
We need the entire body or just the head?
Let's try to keep it as intact as possible.
I'll say another prayer over the healer's body as we go, and then that's it.
Okay.
Let's get the hell out of this cave.
Let's hear it again.
In nomine de Padre, de Filio, de Spirito Santi. And all that stuff, and
From ashes to ashes, dust
from
to
ashes
dust.
to ashes, dust to dust.
I'm out.
I'm out. Peace out. And you had a good run, but sometimes things don't work out like they should, and maybe try to nail it in the next life.
I hear.
All right, and with that, you retrieve the body of the necromancer. Later, race the other corpses as you make your way out, back up the bramble-filled gully to where your cart and Brimrose await.
Are we doing anything with the iron chest?
They're just iron chests. So if you wish to bring them with you, you may add 2 iron chests to your inventory.
Yeah, fuck it, why not? We said we'd grab them on the way out.
Sure.
What was in them? I don't remember.
Nothing.
Just there as decoys while he tried to drop rocks on your heads.
Actually, that third chest that was underneath the arms, was that an iron chest as well?
No, just a little wooden chest.
Okay, then we'll leave that one.
I mean,
But
you bring it with you to carry the coins in until you put them into something else, but other than that...
I suppose. And small wooden chest. One small wooden... When we get out there, I'm going to be like, Primrose, look, I got shiny thing for you. Here. And
Well, and you cut out on the last word. What did you give him?
I gave him the drift globe.
This
It's not useful for me.
This is probably the happiest you've ever seen him. He goes just berserk in the back of the cart, like a kitten with a ball of yarn on it.
Oh. Well then, you like the shiny thing.
Like
Maybe
he
he knows the safe word on it.
He is rolling around and around. He's got his mouth open, trying to bite it. It doesn't really give. Back legs come up like kick, 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 kick.
Oh, see? Happy dragon. It's a good baby dragon.
Kind of in contrast to the good baby dragon comment is this constant stream of kill, death, maim, destroy words that are coming out from him as he's just trying to destroy this drift globe. But it's fairly resilient.
Now, where is he learning that from? I clearly, there's some nature effects that should be happening. Nurture effects.
What?
Yes.
When presented with a toy and allowed to kill, he's trying to kill.
He's not been trained, allowed to kill.
Guys,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know where this is coming from. It's not like he's learning it from a killer dragon.
I said it once and I'll say it again. I'm so glad that we are rearing this black dragon. Just want to say that nothing could possibly go wrong for this. And there can be no long-term effects of this ever going wrong.
Yes, that is
Everything
correct.
good.
We are raising him properly. We're not raising him to be
Especially
evil.
for the BS crew.
That's right. We should really workshop the name, by the way.
The BS
I mean,
pack?
The BS Pact. What does the BS stand for, by the way?
You can figure that one out. That shouldn't be the hard part. It could be a mystery. You know, it could be really anything.
What does the BS stand for? If we told you, we'd have to kill you.
That's right.
All right.
You figure it out.
So does that mean the dragon is now a mascot?
The dragon is not a mascot. He is a full-fledged party member.
He's not getting his share.
He already got his share.
What?
And I motioned towards the drift globe.
Okay, useless.
Did we
I
want
mean,
him?
I know one or two people in here who might actually be able to use it.
Healy, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Does Healy have night vision?
No. He is a variant human. I cast light.
I mean, so is Thanos,
So
but
that'd be useful for Healy.
he's got magic. His cantrip. Does not take him very much to do.
Casting daylight would have been useful in another campaign, right?
All right. Again, daylight is the worst named spell in the system. It does not actually create sunlight. It
That's
just
right, I
creates
forgot.
bright light.
I forgot.
Wizards, fix that spell name. It's horrible. Name it
Yes.
like bright light or something.
Daylight does not mean sunlight. That's the name of the spell.
But at the moment, Brimross is...
Or change it to where it actually does emit sunlight.
What's that?
Or change it to where it does actually emit sunlight.
Yeah.
They've got a sunlight spell that actually does, but that one doesn't. But in the meantime, Brimross is happily gnawing away on his drift globe. Back in Redlark, Kaelissa awaits news of what's been going on, or you can continue investigating the surrounding areas. What would you guys like to do?
Yeah, I mean, we were sent to take care of this place. We took care of it.
Is there a merchant?
There are several merchants. There is a general store, there is a blacksmith, there's a leather worker. What are you looking to do or sell?
I'm looking for some special arrows. I only need 2.
Some special arrows. Special arrows can certainly be commissioned. What type of special arrows are you looking for?
+2 is great, but I doubt you're gonna allow it.
I'll allow it.
I
They're
think
just
we might need a little
really
bit more
expensive.
money.
Yes. Ridiculously expensive.
But I only need 1.
That is true.
It'd still be like 10,000 gold.
That is also true.
How about a +1 one?
I think that would be like 1,000.
Quite expensive. I will get you the pricing on that. They do not keep those in stock, and they especially don't keep +1 arrows that'll hold up to multiple shoots in stock. Usually when you buy a +1, you're buying a quiver of +1 arrows. But I'll
In
get you
my
the-
case, I only need 1.
Yes, but that would destroy. Currently, you're
It would
firing...
have to be made out of adamantine.
Yep, you would be wanting an adamantine plus whatever arrow that you can get. Currently, you're just happening to use a very high-grade arrow that has held up. So let's see here.
So
So-
then I'm gonna try to trade the 2 of those.
2 of the jets for a
The
pearl.
jets.
Yeah, maybe 3 gems for a pearl.
Sure.
No, I mean trade all 4 for 2.
Absolutely.
So that's possible. There's a vendor there who carries pearls.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So
Ah.
I will.
Practicing the wizardly arts, are you? Happy to get that traded in there for you.
2x pearls, 100 GP
Just
apiece.
A guy who likes to give people promo.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna be putting that
Right.
one in my inventory.
1x, 2 Himo.
Yeah. Is this the town that asked us to go find the Lord?
So this is where the Lord's Alliance had sent you to, Redlark. There's been some trouble in the area. A delegation has gone missing, larger than would be suspected. There's some bandits in the area, and Kaelissa, the innkeeper, or the matron of the inn, had asked you to check into Lance Rock, which is where you discovered the necromancers. That was her best guess as to where the trouble has been happening. Other adventurers are in town, and as you settle in to the inn and the tavern, you hear, little bandits camps that had been revealed and routed. Just a lot of little troubles in the area. Nothing significant, though, save for the necromancer, which is a bit unusual. But people give in to the temptation of necromantic power every once in a while. Himo, as you are working to identify that wand, when the time passes, you realize it is a wand of magic missiles. It holds 7 charges, and by attuning with it and using it as an action, you can cast a magic missile 1 spell level per charge used up to 7. The next morning, it recharges.
Strong.
Wow, that's good.
When it recharges, however, there's a 1 in 20 chance that the wand will break.
Isn't that if it's fully depleted?
Nope. 1 in 20 chance that it will break if any charges are used.
Okay.
Well,
Who
anyone
wants
else
that?
can use that.
Because
I
a lot of
mean-
the times those, if they recharge, it's if it's been fully exhausted, but
Yep.
that's a lot of the time, not all the time.
Yep.
Well
Magic
then.
missile is a wizard.
And then I'm gonna also cast Identify on the ball. The dragon is holding in its mouth. As
That's
a
going to be
ritual.
tricky because the dragon's holding it in its mouth. But give me 1 second for the wand. Let me double check. I think anyone can use it. I will.
Except for because you have to be able to cast a spell, right? Or is it
That's
just
what
anyone?
I'm looking for
I think
right
you
now.
have
and
to
it's
have
hiding
a
from me.
spell casting ability.
Oh, that's true because it's a wand, not a scroll.
Correct.
Yeah, anyone can use it.
Did we get the 50 gold pieces from that lady for completing the task?
I have not added it to our inventory as of yet. We have not officially talked to her.
Okay.
Yeah, we get
And Kalesa does reward you with the 50 gold pieces and the stay at the inn, so you have rooms available to you.
Is there anyone? Does she have any information about someone from the Lord Alliance?
She doesn't seem to know them. She is not a Lord's Alliance representative. In the town, you were told to seek out excuse me, I've just lost track of who that was.
Wasn't it the like one of the wardens at the jail?
I completely lost it. I apologize. It is left out of my head. I'm trying to find it desperately. It's escaping me. I will get that for us in 1 second. I was looking
Did
at
I
the
write it
wand.
down? No, I did not.
So, who needs the wand?
I mean, to be honest, it would benefit me
Or
for range stuff.
yeah, they have range things. Is that correct? You have spell slots,
I mean,
though,
I
right?
have Eldritch Blast and Toll the Dead, and that's really about it.
Ah, well, that's more than you can do that at will. I'm just thinking David doesn't have any magical stuff. That's what we're thinking of, right?
This
No,
is
last
true.
night, David was late kind of work.
Yeah, his sharpshooter stuff wouldn't apply to it though.
It's true, but he could actually, be something other than HP.
Yeah. I don't see a problem with that.
No, I'm not. No,
All right, if you don't want it, it's all yours.
I don't. Not necessarily. I mean, I'm not gonna. No, I'm really an archer. That's what I'm. That's what this character is. So it would not take it. However, I would want to have something that makes my attack magical. But
How about a wand?
Yeah, at this point available to you, the wand would be the way to go to give you at least 1 burst damage or 7 little shots, or any mix in between.
okay, I'll take it then.
Yep. So that would be the set at the moment. The drift globe. Eventually, you manage to get a finger in on it while Broomeross is sleeping, and discover what I showed to you there.
I would have talked to him. He's been like, "Hey, can I borrow that for 2 minutes?
Nope.
We want to be able to tell you how to make it glow,
He's just gnawing on it.
make it even shinier."
He sort of holds it out to you guys.
See, there you go. Now you can
At least
identify.
He held it. He didn't spit it out.
So you do find out the command words. Feel free to invent any 2 that you want. 1 for light and 1 for daylight, which is not sunlight. There's also a command word to make it hover, and one to make it follow you.
I will communicate all of those to Brimross.
He continues to gnaw on his treat. So it is 10 o'clock. Let's take a 5-minute break as I catch up because I cannot find what I want to read here. And then we'll pick back up. So 5-minute break or so.
All right. Good.
Cool.
Yep. So the magic missiles does not have an attack. Automatically hits, and it is 3d4 plus 3. With an extra d4 for each further charge expended. Which, in my opinion, means it would be better just expending it one charge at a time. Yes, it takes longer, but it's better
3d4 plus
potentially.
3.
Yep. And each of those can be guided out to a individual target. So if there's 3 targets, you would take 1d4 plus 1 to that one, 1d4 plus 1 to the second one, so on and so forth. Magic Missile has a lot of versatility that does not really get used a whole lot from a lot of the stuff that I've seen.
Yeah, it works. There we go.
Yeah.
Plus, chicks dig it.
There it is. It's the Clothiers that are the Lord's Alliance contacts.
Huh.
I was looking everywhere
Okay.
but. Helvum and Miguelum Tarnlar.
Can you say that again?
Nope. Hang on.
I just wanted to hear you struggle with that last name again.
David, you know what's really cool about your mage armor? You can wear your
Helver.
fancy clothes.
Tarnlar. Tarnlar.
What'd you say about fancy clothes? I'm listening.
Oh yeah.
You can wear your fancy clothes and cast mage armor over it.
Yeah, you don't have to wear that nasty, nasty armor anymore.
Yeah, so that's another thing I'm gonna do. Ritual cast that.
No ritual casting mage armor. That one's got to take up a spell slot.
It's not ritual?
Nope.
Doesn't make sense.
It's wizard tax. Gotta pay the tax if you want to be a wizard.
But hey, David, you could be completely naked and all of a sudden have mage armor and summon your weapon.
That's true.
I really like the idea of that.
I'm going to speak the command word for the daylight for the drift globe while it's in Brimross's mouth.
You're going to all of a sudden light up the globe in Brimross's mouth.
Yes.
Okay. You see further down a dragon's gullet than any living creature has.
Wait, what?
You see further down a dragon's gullet than any living creature has before.
Cool. What do I see?
Tonsils. I don't know if lizards have tonsils, but we'll pretend dragons do. Why not? He does not seem pleased with this and redoubles his effort to kill it. Get his wings wrapped around it, hind legs kicking, tails whacking at it.
So is there a command word to shut it off?
I think if you just walk far enough away from it, it goes back out. I'd have to look back at it again.
60 feet.
Yep. So if you walk 60
Yeah, but that's
feet
if
away,
it's supposed to be following it, right?
let's see here. You can cause it to emanate light. You can make it rise in the air.
Follow you, right?
Nope. The only way to turn it off after it's lit is to make it follow you and walk more than 60 feet away, and prevent it from following you.
Okay. I'm going to try to make it follow me, and I'm going to tell Brimross to hold on to it as hard as he can.
Oh, you did not need to tell him.
Then I'll walk away until the light goes out.
When the light goes out, you hear a victory cry from Grimross. Like you like look back at him. He's got like one claw splayed on top of it. He's got his head back, his tongue out, his wings spread. He looks like he's ready to be cast in pewter and sold to dorks for a lot of money. So,
I think we shall rest at the inn for one night before we do any further exploring.
that is probably wise.
Yeah.
I am okay with this. Our lodging is free. We have
Do we have to pay?
cash.
Do we have to pay for food?
No. She has covered you for all expenses for having looked into this situation that no one else would help her with.
How's she feel about the fact that we brought back the dead necromancer body?
As long as it didn't come into the inn, she doesn't really care. Did you try and bring a dead body into her inn?
I
Can we
think
go
the Thanos would have enough sense to not bring a dead body in.
I would sort of hope so.
No, would
visit-
probably have gone in, pulled her out, and been like, "Look at what we found. Necromancer. He's dead.
Are we
Just like a
building up
necromancer should be."
Talners? Yeah, we're not like giving it to the dragon.
Hell no.
Not a good mood. Yeah, is this the Talners now?
So that's the Tarnal. Hang on.
On Mars?
Tarnlars, are the clothiers, and they are the representatives of the Lord's Alliance in the area. Sort of like Kingsmen, if you've seen the movie. But as you get within, say, 100 yards of their fine clothing shop with a dead body, they're already outside waving you away. They seem to have a second sense for these sorts of things, directing you instead towards either the marshal or the funeral home, depending on what you'd like to do.
Wait, we're not just dragging it in like broad daylight, are we?
I don't know.
It's in our cart.
It's in
How
the
would
cart.
they know?
They have a second sense for these things. They see adventurers coming up looking a little battle weary, and they're like, "No corpses." No, they
It's okay. We take it to the marshal. Be like, "Look, we took care of necromancer."
Well, I wanted to speak to them specifically about, what's going on in the Lord here, who's turned. They were looking for good people to help deal with some of these issues.
so
It seems odd that they would turn away the,
Oh, they
people
don't. They don't turn you away. They just keep the corpse outside, and you may want to get yourselves cleaned up. But
How did they react to dragon?
I'm very.
oh, you're fine, of course. It's some of your companions that still bear some of the fruits of their labors. Helver, Tarnlar, upright fellow. Like there's a string coming out the top of his head. He's always standing quite tall. Well, we certainly welcome any help, though one rogue wizard would not be the cause of this sort of trouble unless you found a great number of corpses there. The delegation that went missing, almost 40 people, all told. Were there that many victims?
How many
within
people
this
did we
place?
kill? Sorry, zombies aren't people.
Fresh enough to have been there. Only one or two were that fresh. All the rest were very long dead. Far more than the month that's gone by.
And which pathway were they supposed to be coming through?
They would have
Was
been
it the pathway
coming.
that led
They would
from?
have been coming from the east.
So not from the pathway to the Lord's, or dang
To,
it, Lance Rock.
Lance Rock, no.
Okay.
I'm not abreast of how these things work, but there were numerous skeletons and zombies. And as you can see, this is no mere necromancer. The Lord ushered in numerous.
There's a guy dressed as a bear, if that means anything.
And a jester, which you have the outfit for that still, yes, Healy?
Yes. I was going to wear that as my clown outfit.
Yes, see?
The Tarnlars sort of laugh at your jest. They don't seem to quite get it, but
Also, do you guys sell costume jewelry? Because the third one of the trio
jewelry
there.
to wear to a costume ball?
Something along those lines. Essentially fake jewelry.
Oh, no.
Oh, well. Then I guess the person who's dressed up as a lady there was not wearing clothes from your place.
Oh, no. That's ghastly. They look over the descriptions of what you brought back, the jester's costume, description of the lady's jewelry, and they're like, I can't think of anything that would have been outfitted in such a way. Perhaps an entertainer's pack or some sort had been applied. That's hardly suitable attire for a true lord or lady. And they look over the necromancer and sort of, no, I can't think of anyone, any noble house that, look at that nose. His cheekbones are all wrong. No. He still has a chin. No, I don't think he's anything the lord he claimed to be.
In the background, I'm popping myself and making myself looks good. You know, she's looking for.
You've got all the. I mean, you've got the high cheekbones. You've got that chin that could go away with just a few more inbreeds. You know, the eyebrows. You're all there. You're all noble. But this fellow, I mean, look at his hair. So no, I think he was just some upstart, a self-styled lord. But it's wonderful that you've dealt with it. But I don't think this is what we've been looking to do. Now, did you describe to them the sigil or any of the other goings on? How thorough were you in laying out the information for them?
I didn't describe any decision.
I think. I mean, have they asking about anything?
They weren't asking about it. They're looking for any sort of leads from you. Like they're obviously putting together a report to be echoed back to the Lord's Alliance, echoed back up the chain. And you know, they're digging for, okay, was there any? Did he seem to have any accomplices? How many bodies were there? Did you find any gold or valuables on them? Any of the negotiation documents or any of the tomes that the delegates would have been carrying with them? Any sign of the horses and the carts? And as they work through it, it sounds like these probably was not related to the delegation that went missing, though certainly would have been causing trouble in the area.
Yeah, so we'll go through, I guess, the monsters and at least double the number of things that we had to go through.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's quite a heroic effort, and of course, we're glad to hear they've been laid to rest by such honorable delegations of the faith. And you've brought him here to be identified. I don't recognize him of anyone in the town, and of course we know anyone who's anyone. But
and I guess maybe the altar. We can describe the eye of not the actual drift globe itself, but the markings of the symbol of the elder elemental eye.
I've not heard of a symbol of that type, but certainly worth passing along to the Lord.
What do you guys actually know? It doesn't seem like you guys know much.
Well, we really don't. That's why we sent out for help. And the area has just been beset with troubles. There's talk of a cult operating in the area, but we do not know who they might be. There's...
That's right. I want my stone mask.
Yes, I've heard that as well, that the miners will no longer work after dark, as figures in stone masks are said to stand watch over them at the quarry. But when we send guards to investigate, then no one is to be found. The banditry in the area, several other adventurers have mopped up a few half-ogres, goblins, the like, the rabble, that had holed up in a few graves here and there, and you've taken care of this necromancer who seemed to have been causing quite a disturbance. Must have been out robbing hundreds of graves to come up with that number of bodies. So it's wonderful to hear that the dead will rest and earn the reward of a life well lived. But no, we've seen no sign of what is behind all of this, save perhaps for that symbol, but it's not one I've heard of before. I'll certainly send it along, and he asks one of you, whoever has the best hand for it, to draw him an example, or show him some example of it.
What's your performance?
I could give it a try.
I only have a 3.
Yeah, I can give it a try. What do you want?
Performance will be fine. You make a passable representation of it. I mean, it's fairly obvious what it was. Maybe one or two of the lines is not in quite the right direction, and you only gotta look at it for a few minutes before it winked out. And hearing that Himo will be dressing more respectably in the future, they offer their services as clothiers for the appropriate price, of course. They pass along your messages to the Lord's Alliance, and wish you the best in investigating what else might be going on in the area.
Is there a discount for those of the faith, you say?
Oh, of course. The most reasonable prices available. Of course, for the finest goods.
Does Himo already have fine clothes?
Does Himo have fine clothes? Dave, you still with us?
Of course.
Okay. Do you have fine clothing?
No, but I can be naked, and that's kind of a. Oh yeah, I do have fine clothing actually.
Okay. So you have at least one.
I have fine clothing.
You have at least one outfit that is of proper noble bearing. Now, most nobles would have 30, maybe 40 sets, but when you're adventuring, you make do. You may wish more, you may not. That's up to you. But they are available to you and willing to fit it to your elven form, should you choose.
Could I get one made in the town's color?
Absolutely, they would be happy to. That is a wonderful idea.
Yeah, so I'll have one made.
15 gold pieces is the going rate for a suit of fine clothing. They put a little extra effort into it, though, being the colors, and you would say you've probably got 20 to 25 gold worth of materials in it.
Okay, so I'm gonna take 15 out of what I have on me.
Yep, and add another set of fine clothes. in the style of Red Lark. All right.
So
And-
I'm gonna take the rest of the day to put that cloth on and travel and say hello to all the people, to the peasants.
Sure can.
The peasants.
You can definitely do a tour of the town. Anyone else acquiring or doing anything mechanical before we move to the next chapter?
I don't think so.
Is there a way? If I have a magical bow, does my arrow are magical?
Depends on the bow.
I'm gonna
Magical.
spend my day
Yep, good.
resting up, learning spells, prayer to God, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Temples.
Temples.
I think you mentioned there was an All Faiths temple here.
There is an All Faiths shrine here. On the west side of the long road, just south of the stable yard, the All Faiths shrine is run by Imdar, a male priest, follower of Tempest, and a female acolyte, Limora, devotee of Soon.
Soon. Okay. So Thymos would end up going there, basically as soon as we're free with the official business stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Offer up a prayer to Saloon. Just kind of talk to. You said it was a priest and an acolyte.
Yep.
Yeah, I would talk to them, see how their congregation is doing, kind of thing.
Sure. They have been doing fairly well. The troubles in the area have been being dealt with, and it's just, a little disheartening to see everyone on edge like this. But, thankfully there have been no... There have been no disasters. Two of the townsfolk have gone missing, but with the bandits that were outed, it seems they may have fallen afoul of them, or perhaps, the necromancer you mentioned having dealt with.
Yeah. So if they give a description of those two people, I know you mentioned that there were two people who were fresh enough that could have been from the delegation. Could have been the people. Like, do descriptions match up?
The descriptions do not match up.
Okay. Well, that would have been nice to give them some sort of sense of finality for that, for those two at least.
Yeah, hearing that, they did give you a very good description of them, but no. That was
sorry,
decidedly
they
not.
do not match up.
That is troublesome, but perhaps that is good news. It's possible that they are still well and good, maybe just delayed or waiting for someone to rescue them in whatever troubles they might be in. We'll continue to pray for them.
Yes, and that is good. Speaking of prayers, I need to go pray to my patron.
And she gives you a little blessing. Priest as well, and off they see you.
The acolyte good looking?
Reasonably so.
Okay.
Are you gonna try to shoot his scores?
Might I have tagged
just
along,
curious.
Saloon?
Sure.
What's that?
Might I have tagged along because you're going to...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to essentially pray, communicate, see if there's anything else that she desires from me. Because she is my patron for my warlock abilities.
Lemura is a little older than most highly attractive women would be considered, perhaps. I'm not sure how to phrase this one. But she has officiated marriages long enough that she is on her second generation of officiating marriages. So
I'm glad that you actually went and looked that up.
I was like, I knew I read something. Gotta go look. So yes, still, quite easy on the eyes, but a little more on the grandmotherly side.
Gilf. Guys, why don't more girls like D&D, guys? I don't know.
I was just asking to ask.
Do I get anything out of my inquiries and town, small talk with the...
Let me just check and see if anybody else has anything else going around. Joe, where did I hear you were headed?
I'm going to go to the temple as well to pray.
Okay.
It's an all faiths, right? So I can pray to God.
You got it, absolutely.
Oh, this is an all faith?
And I pray to myself.
Yes, it is an all faith. It's an all faiths shrine. The current head, the highest ranking priest in there until you guys walked in, would have been towards Tempest. The most common combination for these sorts of shrines would be Soon and Saloon. Tamora Lathander, Tempest Ogma, but this one happens to be Tempest and Soon.
Where is Himo's temple?
Himo doesn't have one dedicated to himself yet, outside of your own bedroom. But Craig, you were saying?
Oh, I just wanted to get into a healthy debate with priest or other priest.
Sure. Are you aiming for the Sunite, which would be Lemura, or are you aiming for the Tempest, which would be... I just forgot his name. Imdar.
So, all right. So we're talking... Which ones? There's a Tempest and a what?
Tempest, which is sort of war and storm, and Lemura, which is Soon.
Okay, so I guess Tempest. Now, all I really want to do is try to convince them that
that's an interesting combination to be in that temple.
That guy, the Tempest is really just an aspect of what's going on and just try to convince them of the Dark Moon conspiracy.
Well, I suppose that is one way to look at the heavens. A little bit incomplete, perhaps, but nothing worse than we've heard before. Now, what led you to think in this fashion? Normally, we hear that sort of thing from folks raised in a rather restricted worldview.
I don't think this. I know this. Or it is passed along to me as it's in my blood. I belong to the gods as you belong to your grandparents.
I see.
I wish to only enlighten you on the misgivings of your current path.
Well, I appreciate your insights. I would counsel that you give some consideration to others who might have been born with the same insights you have, but from a different heritage, and think on what that might mean now. And he's, he gives you some examples, and it sounds like he's probably had these sort of conversations before. So let's hear your rhetoric versus his rhetoric. If you would please go ahead and roll whatever you'd like for your rhetoric. That's a pretty good rhetoric. And he's not actually going to try and persuade you. He's going to try and educate you in religion in general.
Sure.
And goddamn secret rolls. An 11. You find several flaws in his religious structure.
By the time they've gotten to that point, I probably would have been done with my communication.
Sure.
So I'm not going to be saying anything, but I will want to kind of roll a counter religion against him.
Against
the priest.
Sure.
Just to see if what he says jives with me.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a religion. So, are you trying to pick holes in his logic or make his logic fit into your logic?
Honestly, does this line up with what I believe? And if it's not really with the whole Dark Moon conspiracy type of deal, it's not really lining up all that well.
Then no.
So I guess I would be finding holes.
You would be finding holes.
But I would be keeping it to myself.
And as he's speaking with Gozer starts to talk at a higher and higher level, whereas the priest seems to have started off on the kind of like how we talk to children routine, and you jump up tiers so fast to the higher levels of the conversation, he just can't keep up without sounding like, oh, I didn't mean Santa Claus was real, what I meant was... So it just can't get there fast enough. So you've got him pretty well talked through.
Yep. Just, I don't ask for you to change, for I know that, your life is what you choose. Just make sure that others are aware of the other possibilities.
No. Well, I'll always be open to other interpretations, and I'll hope you stop back again. I'd like to do a little thinking and a little praying on my own and speak to you once more. I think there were some insights I may have missed or missaid.
If there's time. And we can move along. And
Yep.
see Thymos leave already, and I quickly tried to...
I was waiting for you before we
okay.
left.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you guys prepare and head out. Joe, Healy does his prayers as well. Healy, are you getting in on anything while you're there, or just quietly praying and out?
Healy will come in and go, is someone talking shit about Santa Claus? Because I'll throw down. You want to throw down.
Mr. Claus is all well and good. So...
Thought.
That transpires. So everyone, please take the benefits of your long rest when you so choose to take it, because late in the evening.
After that, I cast Mage Armor when I wake up.
All right.
Because I only need 4 hours. So
you are awoken. Actually, I'm looking at the time. Let me do this. We will pause it here and end for the evening, because I've got some XP to divvy up from the last 2 sessions or so.
Level up.
And pick back up next week, because we are about to...
Relax, Dave. Dave, relax.
I don't think you leveled up because you only hit 4 a session and a half ago. So there may be a little more to do there. But the town is awakened by a horrible grinding noise as a hole opens up in the street. A sinkhole has formed. Some citizens have fallen into it. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Into the hole!
Did I get anything out of my chit-chatting with the people?
We're going to get into that next week, because I'm going to look up all the stuff that you would have gathered and then get that to you, Dave, so I can get myself organized here, because my notes were not working with me.
Sounds great.
I apologize for that.
It's good, because I'm about to fall asleep, so it's perfect.
Well, don't do that. We'll pick back up. Let's see. Maybe we can get a little bit of an earlier head start next week, so we don't get quite so tired along the way. But we'll figure it out from there.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Thank you, Casey.
Thank you all. I will divvy out XP. So please make sure you put a note down on your sheet for that Wand of Magic Missiles. Brimross currently has the Drift Globe. You guys got your gold and silver and such, and some fine clothing. And I'll also do the research on the magic item costs for arrows. I will warn you, it will be ridiculously expensive, but I'll find out at least what the number is.
Yeah, but I don't want like a complete quiver.
Yeah, but you want one that you can refire. And that would be a little
Adamantine.
more special. Yes, adamantine. Most likely. Possibly mithril, because it's got to be light, maybe a blend. Adamithril? I don't know.
I gotta go see some dwarves and.
Got to see a man about an arrow. All right, killing the
David?
stream.